Hi, you clicked on today's tropical tidbit for Friday. Hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hope you continue to have a great holiday weekend. This is featuring the Southern Hemisphere today. I know not a lot of people are going to be too interested in watching stuff on the Southern Hemisphere. I know we have a few folks that live over here in Australia, and I don't know if anyone on Wonderground lives in these islands over here, but you know, it's the winter time and I gotta find something to keep myself entertained, and keeping in tune with the tropics is always a good thing. But over here in the South Pacific, the cyclone season, tropical cyclone season, is now underway, started November 1st, and we're starting to look out for early cyclones. We have a tropical depression right now east of Vanuatu, west-northwest of Fiji over here. This is Fiji for any who don't know. This is Vanuatu right here. And this depression is centered right about in here. It's a broad center, nearly closed, if not closed already. There's a little competing center out in front over here because this is where pressures are wanting to lower out in this area along the strung out front. So the path of intensification for this is going to be this way towards Fiji, but it's not where it's going because there's a trough, upper trough sitting here, which is going to pull this southward. So not quite the prime path for development here, but it is going to try to wind up and pull this in, and once it does, it'll try to wind up in here, and we could get some decent intensification out of this, perhaps into a low, weak to moderate tropical storm. You can see a lot of cold convective tops going off over here. If you can see on the visible part of the imagery, notice all the winds coming out of the north from the equator over here. These are normally a bit more westerly in here, but they're coming more out of the north because you got a lot of cold water up here, and this is increasing the convergence because the water is very warm down here, and you're going to get a net convergence with air trying to move to the north over here. You can see that on the anomalies, all the cold water sitting up here. Here's Fiji, Vanuatu, New Caledonia. This is what we were looking at, the same kind of deal with the La Nina that we saw in the Atlantic hurricane season in the northern hemisphere earlier this year. Is all the cold water in the Pacific is forcing the air, it's raising the pressures in here, forcing the air towards where the pressures are low down here, and you're going to get the convergence all in this area, and you can see that quite clearly today being represented by the cold cloud tops as the convergence zone is over there. I got a big cyclonic storm down here draping a big front down towards the tropics, and when it stuck its tail down here into the area of convergence, you can see what happened, and we have our tropical depression. So this is going to be moving down towards the southeast, and will probably not be too big of a deal. Big rainmaker for Fiji though, but this will probably be limited in intensity. A strong jet out here is going to be trying to shear this as it comes across. You can see what the European does with this by 24 hours. Has a nice little system in here. This is sub 996 millibars, moderate tropical storm, and you can see it's got a nice warm core look to it. You can see the 20 C isotherm sticking out there at 5,000 feet. So nice little storm heading southeast here by 48 hours though, starting to acquire more of a baroclinic look. You can see cold air coming down on the backside, pressure field expanded, indicating baroclinic forcing is likely being induced in the system, and so it's probably converting to extratropical down here. Also sea surface temperatures south of Vanuatu over here, south of 20 south latitude, are colder than 26°C because it is still early in the year, so only ocean temperatures north of here are going to be warm enough to support tropical cyclone development. So this will become baroclinic after passing south of latitude 20 south, and overall not too big of a deal, just early in the season, but something interesting to watch, and something going on in the tropics. Global ACE is so low. Activity globally has just been in the tank this year, so not a whole lot going on now that the North Atlantic has ended their season, so we shall continue watching for other interesting things instead. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.